Chapter 1. Rabbi Eliezer and the Torah. The following befell Rabbi Eliezer, son of Hyrcanus. His father had many plowmen who were plowing arable ground, whereas he was plowing a stony plot. He sat down and wept. His father said to him, "O my son, why dost thou weep? Art thou perchance distressed because thou dost plow a stony plot? In the past thou hast plowed a stony plot. Now behold, thou shalt plow with us arable soil." He sat down on the arable ground and wept. His father said to him, "But why dost thou weep? Art thou perchance distressed because thou art plowing the arable land?" He replied to him, "No." Hyrcanus said to him, "Why dost thou weep?" He answered him, "I weep only because I desire to learn Torah." Hyrcanus said to him, "Verily thou art 28 years old, yet dost thou desire to learn Torah? Nay, go, take thee a wife and beget sons, and thou wilt take them to the school." He fasted 2 weeks, not tasting anything, until Elijah, may he be remembered for good, appeared to him and said to him, "Son of Hyrcanus, why dost thou weep?" He replied to him, "Because I desire to learn Torah." Elijah said to him, "If thou desirest to learn Torah, get thee up to Jerusalem to Rabbi Jochanan ben Zakkai." He arose and went up to Jerusalem to Rabbi Jochanan ben Zakkai and sat down and wept. Rabbi Jochanan said to him, "Why dost thou weep?" He answered him, "Because I wish to learn Torah." Rabbi Jochanan said to him, "Whose son art thou?" But he did not tell him. Rabbi Jochanan asked him, "Hast thou never learnt to read the Shema, or the Tefillah, or the grace after meals?" He replied to him, "No." He arose, and Rabbi Jochanan taught him the 3 prayers. Again he sat down and wept. Rabbi Jochanan said to him, "My son, why dost thou weep?" He replied, "Because I desire to learn Torah." He thereupon taught him 2 rules of the law every day of the week, and on the Sabbath Eliezer repeated them and assimilated them. He kept a fast for 8 days without tasting anything, until the odor of his mouth attracted the attention of Rabbi Jochanan ben Zakkai, who directed him to withdraw from his presence. He sat down and wept. Rabbi Jochanan said to him, "My son, why dost thou weep?" He rejoined, "Because thou didst make me withdraw from thy presence, just as a man makes his fellow withdraw when the latter is afflicted with leprosy." Rabbi Jochanan said to him, "My son, just as the odor of thy mouth has ascended before me, so may the savor of the statutes of the Torah ascend from thy mouth to heaven." He said to him, "My son, whose son art thou?" He replied, "I am the son of Hyrcanus." Then said Rabbi Jochanan, "Art thou not the son of one of the great men of the world, and thou didst not tell me? By thy life." He continued, "This day shalt thou eat with me." Eliezer answered, "I have eaten already with my host." Rabbi Jochanan asked, "Who is thy host?" He replied, "Rabbi Joshua ben Chananja and Rabbi Hosea the priest." Rabbi Jochanan sent to inquire of his hosts, saying to them, "Did Eliezer eat with you this day?" They answered, "No. Moreover, has he not fasted 8 days without tasting any food?" Rabbi Joshua ben Chananja and Rabbi Hosea the priest went and said to Rabbi Jochanan ben Zakkai, "Verily, during the last 8 days, Eliezer has not partaken of any food." Chapter 2. Rabbi Eliezer and his brethren. The sons of Hyrcanus said to their father, "Get thee up to Jerusalem, and vow that thy son Eliezer should not enjoy any of thy possessions." He went up to Jerusalem to disinherit him, and it happened that a festival was being celebrated there by Rabbi Jochanan ben Zakkai. All the magnates of the district were dining with him, such as Ben Zizith Hakeseth, Nicodemus ben Gorion, and Ben Kalbas Bua. Why was his name called Ben Zizith Hakeseth? Because he reclined at table in a higher position than the other magnates of Jerusalem. Concerning Nicodemus ben Gorion, people said that he had stored provisions containing 3 seconds of fine flour for every inhabitant of Jerusalem. When the zealots arose and burnt all the storehouses, they measured and found that he had had provisions for 3 years for every inhabitant in Jerusalem. Concerning Ben Kalbasbua, it was told that he had a house measuring 4 cors with roofs covered with gold. The people said to Rabbi Jochanan, "Behold, the father of Rabbi Eliezer has arrived." He bade them, saying, "Prepare a place for him, and seat him next to us." Rabbi Jochanan fixed his gaze on Rabbi Eliezer, saying to him, "Tell us some words of the Torah." Rabbi Eliezer answered him, saying, "Rabbi, I will tell thee a parable. To what is the matter like? To this well which cannot yield more water than the amount which it has drawn from the earth. Likewise am I unable to speak words of the Torah in excess of what I have received from thee." Rabbi Jochanan said to him, "I will also tell thee a parable. To what is the matter like? To this fountain which is bubbling and sending forth its water, and it is able to effect a discharge more powerful than what it secretes. In like manner, art thou able to speak words of the Torah in excess of what Moses received at Sinai?" Rabbi Jochanan continued, "Lest thou shouldst feel ashamed on my account, behold, I will arise and go away from thee." Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai arose and went outside. Thereupon, Rabbi Eliezer sat down and expounded. His face shone like the light of the sun, and his effulgence beamed forth like that of Moses, so that no one knew whether it was day or night. They went and said to Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai, "Come and see Rabbi Eliezer sitting and expounding, his face shining like the light of the sun, and his effulgence beaming like that of Moses, so that no one knows whether it be day or night." He came from his place behind him and kissed him on his head, saying to him, "Happy are ye, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because this one has come forth from your loins." Hyrcanus his father said, "To whom does Rabbi Jochanan speak thus?" The people answered, "To Eliezer thy son." He said to them, "Rabbi Jochanan should not have spoken in that manner, but in this wise, Happy am I because he has come forth from my loins." Whilst Rabbi Eliezer was sitting and expounding, his father was standing upon his feet. When Eliezer saw his father standing upon his feet, he became agitated and said to him, "My father, be seated, for I cannot utter the words of the Torah when thou art standing on thy feet." Hyrcanus replied to him, "My son, it was not for this reason that I came, but my intention was to disinherit thee. Now that I have come, and I have witnessed all this praise, behold, thy brothers are disinherited, and their portion is given to thee as a gift." Eliezer replied, "Verily, I am not equal to one of them. If I had asked the Holy One, blessed be he, for land, it would be possible for him to give this to me, as it is said, The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof. P. 24:1. Had I asked the Holy One, blessed be he, for silver and gold, he could have given them to me, as it is said, The silver is mine, and the gold is mine. Hag 2:8. But I asked the Holy One, blessed be he, that I might be worthy to learn the Torah only, as it is said, Therefore I esteem all precepts concerning all things to be right, and I hate every false way. P. 28.